Welcome to Rapid Rants episode 8, the only podcast that values your time enough to put timers on our topics so you know exactly how long we're going to be talking about something.
That's dope.
We've got some really great topics today. We're going to start with a woman who spent 2 years on a toilet, so much so that the EMTs had to take the toilet with her because her skin had grown around the seat. Pretty crazy. Then we're going to get into the Imane Khelif Olympic boxer debacle that we have going on. There's a lot of conversation, and I think that's going to be a really, really interesting talk because there's so many sides to that topic for real. Mm-hmm. And then we got the U.S. work culture is so toxic in a way of trying to manipulate you into caring like it's your business when it's not. And then we have, a host that happens to be in Germany, so we can hear about what it's like over there. The last topic is going to be a new form of currency called the central bank digital currency that gives governments more control than they've ever had. And the idea of it is absolutely horrifying, and it's real and active in places like China right now. Let's move on to the first topic.
There's an unbelievably horrible story in Kansas. A woman in Wichita spent 2 years inside the bathroom in her boyfriend's mobile home. By the time her boyfriend finally called for help, police say 35-year-old Pam Babcock was on the toilet so long her body had stuck to the seat.
She has a fear of coming out. Most of her fear from coming out is her relatives. She don't want to see him. She's afraid if she comes out, she will see him.
Corey McFerrin tells the AP he just recently decided his girlfriend needed medical attention. Officials say the woman's skin had actually grown around the toilet seat and her legs were atrophied from disuse.
We had to break the toilet seat away from the stool and take her in with the toilet seat stuck to her.
Babcock's boyfriend said the two had a normal relationship, except that it all happened in the bathroom.
I told her whether she walks or rolls out of that hospital, she's going to be home with me and I'm going to take care of her.
Babcock has an infection in her legs that has damaged her nerves and she may wind up in a wheelchair. The couple has been together for 16 years, but investigators are considering charges against McFerrin for not getting his girlfriend help sooner. Brian Thomas, The Associated Press.
No, not charges against him.
Bro, right? Now I will start with the charges were dropped eventually.
Okay.
But he accommodated her. Like, what? He obviously cared enough to have the relationship in the bathroom, which is a bit much. If you think about it, why would he get charged for something like that?
And how long was it again?
2 years.
So she just sat on the toilet? Is that what it was? Like, what exactly happened?
Okay, so as far as I know, she was afraid of some relatives. Mm-hmm. And she figured the only place that she could definitely not see a relative was in the bathroom.
For 2 years, come on now.
The psychiatric disorders that have to come along with this, I'd be fascinated to learn more about. But could you imagine, like she just went in the bathroom one day, right? Like your girlfriend, she just goes in the bathroom one day, and okay, she's gonna be back in a minute. Maybe 30 minutes if things go awry. But then after like 2 hours, you got to be knocking on the door. Like, what's going on?
That's the point. Like, you're going to let somebody in the bathroom for such a long time, like even a day or even like 5 hours. This is
2 years.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like,
someone just asked, like, where did he take his dumps at?
He said it in the tub.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Blaze, that's a parody video that you're talking about. There's this one parody video that's online, like it's her boyfriend talking about it or whatever, and it's hilarious. So that
wasn't real.
No, that's not actually her boyfriend.
Okay.
I had to use a tub. It was difficult when I went number 2.
Wow.
But like, I'm speechless. Like. So you sat on the toilet. Was there any showering going on? Like, did he bring you food? How? That's what I'm wanting to know.
Yeah. He did bring her food. He brought her everything that she needed, and then they even had to say it was like a normal relationship, but everything happened in the bathroom. That line puts things in my head that I never wanted there.
Yeah, but because you'd have to bathe. He has to bathe her because she can't do it,
right?
And if he wanted to if he wanted to get some.
That's what's in my head, bro. We didn't have to say it.
But she is
I
at
mean-
height level, like proper height level, technically, because she's sitting down.
Yeah, so he can still.
So technically, he could
But I
still
mean,
get it.
She would have still like if her skin had grown around the toilet seat.
Ah.
There was like
Oh.
he hadn't adjusted or anything. You know, like when
Oh,
people
no,
in the
he- no.
hospital for a long time, they gotta like shift them so they don't get bed sores. Like
Yeah.
she didn't.
Yeah.
Move.
She
Oh,
didn't
God.
move. That means she's gonna have to learn how to walk again.
Yep.
But
It
I
had
think
to hurt.
for the people who like from 911. I mean, what the hell? I mean, they see a lot of weird things, but they've been sitting on the toilet bowl for like 2 years. How you try to explain this?
Okay, so I don't think I don't think like any charges should have been pressed against him, even though they were dropped. But it does make you wonder, like, why didn't you have her seek help? Like, why? Come on. Like, it kind of makes you wonder about that. Like, do you care to the point that if you see that this is a problem, she should receive some sort of psychiatric help? Some
Right.
sort of, like, even call someone, like call a doctor, call urgent care, net care, whatever the services may be there, and just be like, hey, so I'm worried about my girlfriend, X, Y, and Z is happening.
Yeah.
What about her friends? I
Yeah.
mean,
Like, did they come into the bathroom and have like a potluck? Like, what did they do?
Merry
Well,
Christmas.
okay.
Ooh,
I saw one interview with the neighbor, and when the news reporter came to knock on their door, they had been following this news story the whole time, and it wasn't until they realized it was their neighbor until the news reporter came to the door. So
Oh.
they had actually never known that a woman lived there. They'd never seen her before. They had seen
that's
him.
wild.
But never her.
Could you imagine getting that knock at your door?
Oh,
No. Oh my
It's-
god.
and even
just-
for friends, I would, if you want to reach your friends, what
family.
was the
Yeah,
excuse? Oh yeah, she's still on the toilet, or she just passed the phone and then we're talking like nothing happens, or none of your friends gonna stop by at their house to meet them up in person. Like
Wait. Oh, if she hadn't shifted so much that her skin grew around, she couldn't have been wiping.
Oh, no wiping. None. Of course
Nothing.
not.
Oh, bro.
No.
Unless-
yeah.
yeah.
Just rashes and
Oh.
yeah, ain't no wiping going on. Hell
Man,
no.
I'm starting to regret making this a topic. 'Cause, man, I'm thinking
I
about the
hope y'all
details that I never really wanted to comprehend before.
wow. But he said he was helping her with washing, right? Or
I mean, he didn't say, but I mean, he would.
It's implied. I mean,
He have to.
like
That's-
sponge bath kind of deal.
Yeah, think of the smells.
Ugh.
man, but this poor lady, to be honest, like who really wants to spend 2 years on a toilet?
Like, what did the relatives do that she was so absolutely like, did not want to like leave the bathroom?
This lady went into the bathroom and stayed on the toilet for 2 years.
Like, I want to know what they did.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
know.
That's a really good question too. I didn't see anything about that.
Yeah, they didn't. She didn't answer why she didn't want to get off of the toilet.
She didn't want to see relatives. That's all. But we
Yeah.
don't know
That's
what the
not an
relatives did.
excuse.
You
I
can hide
mean,
in your room.
yeah, hide in the closet, hide somewhere else in the basement, but not
Well,
on the toilet, and
you
not
hide in-
sitting there till your skin, making one with the toilet itself.
That's right there. Just the thought of them taking her off the toilet and
That's what I'm saying. Like those, like what Shauna said, those poor EMTs. I mean, every single friend and family member of every EMT that was there heard about that night. That was all they could talk about.
It's literally crazy.
No.
But this poor lady, hopefully she got the help and also still get.
It sounds like she needs long-term help for
Oh,
sure.
for sure.
yeah,
Absolutely.
they ain't letting her
Her
go back in
boyfriend,
no
I mean,
bathroom.
if my partner would be sitting 2 years on a toilet, or even like days, that would be concerned. Would be like,
Yeah.
okay, it's time to get out. Like,
Like,
All
what's
right,
the-
babe. All right,
what's the-
babe. I'm going to the bathroom. Yeah, wait. You going where? No. Oh, okay. You coming out, right?
Right?
Okay.
like time lapse over the next week when you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Crazy work.
Bro, straight up.
Well, yeah, that's just
Yeah, I think that's all that could be said about it. I mean, I'm just gonna cut it 10 seconds early, bro.
Yep.
Let's go second topic.
So I went down a rabbit hole so deep that I got a little lost, and I was like, how did I get here? Okay, so this is Imane Khelif, and she's an Algerian boxer and Olympian. She, I think it was like less than 50 seconds. She hit really hard. Because of the strength of which she hit, people determined that she is clearly transgender or clearly a man. We should put her in the ring with Mike Tyson and see how it feels. The internet is really mean. So when I go down a rabbit hole, I always try to collect as much information that is close to being factual, and I can look at it as a whole, and it's always with the intent to understand. What I have found is that every mother, brother, sister, lizard, hamster, uncle, whoever it is, all have an opinion on chromosomes. There are people who are like, yeah, well, I'm not looking at her masculine features. I don't care about that. I'm just looking at her chromosomes because it was proven that she has XY chromosomes. Except in biology, in middle school, they don't really teach you about epigenetics or genetic disorders or mutated genes. There are females with medical conditions where it affects their hormones. I have Hashimoto's. My thyroid loves me. PCOS, perimenopausal, your pituitary gland, your adrenal glands. There's a number of PMDD. There's so much. We go through a lot, okay? So did you know that you can be a biological female with a genetic disorder with XY chromosomes? It doesn't make you a man. It just makes you a woman with a genetic disorder. It's as simple as that. Oh, and there's a lot of people who would say it doesn't matter that she was born a biological female and grew up a girl, like there's pictures and everything else, and going through puberty as a girl and into womanhood. It was the puberty part that they all have a problem and an issue with, because they would say, well, then she has an unfair advantage because nobody else went through puberty with elevated levels of testosterone to affect their muscle mass and bone density, right? But here's the thing: this is not her injecting herself with hormones. This is her body naturally producing that, if it is, and that just means that she is a woman designed her own way. It's not a choice. To quote Lady Gaga, she was born this way.
Oh, then to quote Lady Gaga.
All right, Leslie, why don't you kick us off?
I think the main issue that I was having is that people were not taking the time to see that it was a disease. They were automatically spewing like this false news, and that's all you saw on social media. And then celebrities were spreading the false news again as well. And it's like, if, like she said, she went down a rabbit hole. Just because she has higher levels of testosterone and was born that way, she's still a biological female, and there is nothing wrong with her competing in that just because she has higher levels of testosterone. So,
well,
Yeah.
you know, and it's so interesting the way that the world took it at first, because everybody just immediately assumed, oh, she's transgender, this, that, and there was this huge uproar for like a day about this is the problem, blah, blah, blah. And then all of the information about her condition came out, and it still raises so many questions.
Yeah, I feel like the way that they do men's boxing, where they have the different sizes and division, like Floyd Mayweather will never get in the ring with Mike Tyson, because it's just, even if he blocks Mike Tyson, he's gonna break his wrist and his forearms. So it's like there's levels to it, and I feel like women who has that disease, unfortunately, it does give them an unfair advantage to go against a woman who doesn't have it, because their size and they're so much stronger. So it's like, in one sense, it's like they shouldn't even be able to compete, which sucks, because obviously it's like, hell, I'm this big, let me. But I feel like they need their own weight class. They got to fight with people that's their size. So
well, she was actually disqualified from competing by the International Boxing Association.
Yeah,
she was not allowed to compete. But the ICO, the International Olympic Committee or whatever, IOC, they, as long as female was on her birth certificate, female, like everything female, so that's all that they needed for, according to their rules.
Yeah.
The fact that the IBA didn't allow her to compete, it's kind of one of those things that it's unfair to her competitors if she fights as a woman, and then it's kind of unfair to her if she fights men.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, like, by no means, like, she's a biological female. By no means, just because she has higher levels of testosterone, should she be competing with men. Like, that's how I view it. at all. And a commenter made a great statement. They were like, this is the first time people have backtracked and apologized for what they were saying. And I think that is true. Like you took that accountability. You acknowledged that you were talking about things that you did not know, you only heard because of the hit. And people were saying by the way that she looks, like she looks manly. And I was just like, okay, that doesn't really justify where you're coming from. So
yeah, like doing the research, I was able to see, oh, okay, definitely is a girl, because from the look, you would assume, but yeah, it's hard. And the thing that I didn't like is the people who said whatever they said, found out about it, and instead of issuing an apology, it'll be like one person was oopsies, so well then oopsies. Like that's not, so it's like it's just been a lot of that type of craziness, and it just spreads and prolongs more. The same thing we were talking about last show is hate. It just spreads more hate and more negativity, and it's sad.
Does anyone know how common that condition is?
I didn't do research on that. But I do have to ask, like, if it's unfair, if people view it as unfair for her playing with, competing against women, and unfair with her competing against men, does that mean that she shouldn't compete at all? Like, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
I think that's the impossible question.
I don't feel it's impossible. I feel like there are women who don't have that disease but are freaking huge. It's just trying to find those same ones that box. That are in that.
But how do you want to make a judgment about certain, like there might be, I don't know, people who, because of her heritage and genes, they have more power and strength. Like how they want to say, okay, she got too much power, but she's a female. And then you got, advantages because you have more muscles or whatsoever that you can train. So the question is here, okay, how are they going to proceed with the whole system and how they want to do this? I mean, because would they say, okay, somebody has like a whatever disorder or something, so they tell you, okay, you're disabled, or that's the question, how they're going to deal with that in future as well. And what they want to check
in that case, she's clearly bigger than the girl that she was fighting. Obviously, she was much bigger. So, I mean, in that case, there's the disadvantage. But I feel like if it was someone her same size, there is no, because the disease makes you stronger. No, working out is what makes you stronger. The disease just gives her some of that freak of nature size. Like there are people that got that size and they're completely weak. So
she has a strength behind it.
Yeah, she just worked out and she's putting it to work. So that's the solution, is put her in the class of people that weigh and that are in that weight class. They shouldn't have someone that small fighting someone that big, even though it wasn't that huge of a difference. But
so they weren't in the same weight class.
You see, I wish. Do we gotta stand side by side, like picture of them? It's
like I understand like the appearance, but isn't the weight class based off of your weight?
Yeah.
So I feel like
they're gonna do like a power check and just do like the strength, like this boxing type of
the machine
So,
well, I mean, okay, so I said that Leslie's question was an impossible question because, like I said, it's not fair for the different ways for if she's competing against men or women, but at the same time, isn't she just going to dominate the sport? I just looked it up. Her condition is very, very rare. Mm-hmm. So it's not like there's going to be a lot of other boxers with that. What is that fair? Is that fun to watch? Just someone just dominating everybody?
I would say that, okay, I understand that she has an advantage. And if there was a way that we could test, like, because it's obviously surpasses the weight class. Like if they were in this similar weight class, it surpasses that. But it does sound like she would dominate, and she picked a good sport to dominate in. I mean, she has an advantage. But you can't take that away from her unless you completely disqualify her from all things. But obviously, in certain areas, they're not going to disqualify her for that. So
the
take what you can.
The basketball player Victor Wembanyama, he's freaking ginormous. He doesn't have to jump to slam dunk, So
that's an advantage. And should he not be able to
exactly?
That's true. That's true.
Like, I think it's different just because it involves an immense amount of strength. I mean, within 50 seconds, that's a lot.
Yeah,
that was quick.
She took that hit, and the exact sound she heard was.
She gave up, man. 50 seconds into it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I would have done too. I would never step into it. Bye.
Just to give people in other countries an example of what job descriptions in America look like. We work hard, not because we have to, but because we want to. We don't expect you to work 24/7, but you are expected to do what needs to be done to move the needle in your role. If you're selected to work with us, you're not accepting a 9-to-5 punch-in, punch-out job, and we certainly are not a company where you'd expect to completely disconnect every weekend, especially if clients or team members are counting on you to keep the ball rolling. Although we encourage setting boundaries and creating space to relax and recharge, when you love what you do, you don't need to escape from work. Doing what you love feels like a vacation. And when you do have some time off, you're still thinking about your work because you're obsessed with it in a healthy way. What the fuck about that is healthy?
That smells like me with real estate here soon.
But all right, so that is a huge thing in the American work culture is we're all family. We're in this together. Yeah. Let's all build this team, and we're blah blah blah. No, we're not. No, we're coworkers. I am your employee. You pay me. I want you to pay me more. You should pay me more. If we were family, you would pay me more.
We're not fair at all.
Right. Kushana, what is work culture like in Germany?
I think it's not in that extreme that they have over there in the States. I mean, look at Google, look at Facebook, look at these big companies who build entire areas to mostly let their employees have their free time on the campus. So you have like barbers, grocery shops, everything there. So literally you can spend the whole day there. Yeah. But in Germany, I think, they try to establish sort of, work is everything. But I think the German, people know how to differentiate between work and this is my free time. And there's like a huge topic is work-life balance, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Now, do they actually do you hear a lot in Germany, we're all family here, we're this
yes, of course. They want to have the community, they would like to have the people so addicted to their jobs, even working overtime, doing this, but I mean, every successful company has good employees, right? So of course they try to do something, but nowadays as the employee, you can pick and choose. So they need to get attractive. Yeah. And there are so many companies that, offering so good benefits in especially work-life balance, working abroad, doing this, and make it more attractive to the people and also the community where they say, you have a big community where you can profit from knowledge, skill sharing and whatsoever. But that's the question: how much time do you really want to spend your free time at work with your coworkers? Do you want to go on vacation with your coworkers?
Please, what do you think?
As a business owner, and having to employ people and set up teams, I understand the mindset of we're family, let's do this. The problem is there are a lot of people who just say that because it sounds good and they don't treat them like a family. But I understand the mindset. You want people to buy in to what it is that you're doing. One of the companies that I'm in charge of for doing this cheerleading music. So there's me and a bunch of producers and people and writers who put a lot of the stuff together, and we understand what it takes, what makes the coaches happy, what makes the performances good, or whatever. Then we have to hire a vocalist. And the thing is, the vocalists, we try to treat them and want them to kind of see it the way that we see it, and we're a big group. But the vocalists just give us that check. And we would want to adopt that mindset, but for them, it's like they could oh, I'm not going to make it today. Sorry. But what they don't see is, oh, damn, now I don't have your vocal. I can't please this coach. I lose this money. So you want, and the reason that is because it's not a family thing. We're just hiring you to do vocals. So I went through all of that to say people want to create that family vibe because they want people to see their vision and to be a part of it.
I think that's a good point, but I think that there's a huge difference in the creative industries than the corporate industries with that whole idea, because in the creative industries, there's a workflow that's necessary to keep the creative juices flowing. And if you're always waiting for this person, your routine is going to get messed up and it's not going to, so I think that is a good point, but I think that is different than corporate culture.
Yeah. And especially like the culture, like the company culture itself, it's built by the people. Like the people who are living, working there every day, and you just can't define a company culture because the CEOs decide, oh, we want to have this culture. So you need to give them what they sort of need to be happy working in a company. And then you have to make it attractive. It's a vice versa thing. You want workforce, but of course you have to give. You just can't only take all the time. Otherwise, people just gonna send in the resignation letter. That's it. So to build all those stuff in a good culture and yes, a community, it just takes a lot. And the right people needs to be there and also get along, right? So you can make it as attractive as you want, but if you just have the mindset, okay, I just want to be profitable, I don't want to put no effort for my employees, it's not gonna work.
Yeah. Leslie, what are your thoughts?
So I was raised by a single mom who worked for Fortune 200 companies.
Okay.
So corporate, from like secretary to an executive at a multi-billion-dollar consultant.
Wow.
I remember she spent 13, 14, 15-hour days. Like she was just always working. And I remember like I'd make us dinner, or if she was exhausted, I'd wake her up for a power nap so she can wake up and get back to work. And although she was able to make it at a higher level, they're all disposable. Like someone else, like you can be easily replaced. And I think that was the harsh reality that she learned a few times, because no matter how hard you work, you are not always going to get the recognition. You're not always going to get the promotion. You're not always going to get like that big office that you've been eyeing, because it's not always like thanked, not thanked, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not just because you're doing the hard work that's expected of you. It's expected of you, especially in corporate America. Like you're not going to have your 9 to 5 when you're on vacation. Like I remember my mom was answering phone calls. She was taking emails, and I would tell her like, Mom, you're on vacation. Like, can't you turn your phone off? No, because there's something urgent waiting. It's like, okay, so why did we have these vacations? And the last thing I'll say is I remember the best times that I had was from 13 till about 20 years old. And the only time my mom actually was fully present was when we went to rock festivals, a 3-day festival. And that was like her only time that we were screaming, talking, like hanging out. And it was amazing. But it took years to be able to get to that. And I think that's where people aren't really realizing as well. It takes years to have that freedom. So, yeah.
And there's a lot of, the companies, they should appreciate their employees way more, right? Because you're just a number in huge companies. You're just a number. You're replaceable.
But because of that,
wrong, the next thing is you're out of the door. Especially with the laws in the States, you don't have no what you call it, notice of like 2 or 4 weeks like Europe. If they're gonna fire you, they fire you.
Yeah, and because of that though, because of that is the problem where the family culture and then trying to climb the ladder, you have to do more than just your job. You have to do 3 people's jobs to impress enough people to actually climb the ladder. All right, let's go to the final topic, a terrifying concept.
This is what you need to know about central bank digital currencies. And no, this is very different than Bitcoin or Ethereum. 91 countries are currently developing a CBDC, and 9 of them have launched. Most notable is China with the digital yuan. A CBDC is the ultimate weapon of government control, especially if partnered with a social credit system, just like the Chinese already have. Your money will be programmed to you, and your spending can be controlled based on your behavior, since a CBDC is programmable money centralized by the government. If you are unhealthy, you won't be able to buy cigarettes or alcohol. If you owe taxes, your taxes will pay themselves. If you are a suspect, they will lock your transactions. So as you can see, a CBDC is a very scary thing.
Straight up.
What in the actual hell?
Bro, and it's a real thing. Like, they actually have this in China. It's being put into practice. And
But
I mean,
China is popular for having the control about everything.
yeah, but that's where it starts.
But the thing is, like, who controls the programmable, like, digital currency from
The
these
government.
states?
The government. It'd be
Yeah, but who? Yeah, the government. But
the
who's
U.S. Treasury. It would be the U.S.
quality check
Treasury
right
here.
there? That's crazy.
What in the? That is insane. I mean, I'm not trying to get into anything spiritual, but that's on some mark of the beast type situation where, and if we don't even want to go that route, we can just go to where they chipping you, and it's like the type of control is crazy.
Yep.
I mean, the question is, what is their purpose? Why so many states are literally officially having a reason, why they are building this CBDC, whatsoever you call it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I get it for the control.
No,
Oh,
you
absolutely.
would never see a white paper where they say we want to have the control of the whole population of the world. Never. It has a different purpose with why they want to do it. At the end of fact, yeah, the effect in which comes along with it. That is critical, right?
Yeah, trying to figure out what's the explanation that they're trying to give. We know the real explanation because they want control. They're probably trying to say, well, this makes things easier to where, you don't have to worry about being robbed because, now people can't just come and steal that, from you.
Well, yeah, but the other thing is, okay, let's see, a couple of weeks ago with the server issue, with the update, the whole world had issues.
Yeah.
So, and if everything is controlled digital currency by the government, and we have, like, I don't know, server breakdowns, whatever comes along, so we don't have no money at all.
Y'all remember y'all remember Russia and Ukraine when they cut all the Wi-Fi off? Imagine being attacked, another country attacking us, and we're entirely dependent on the CBDC. Another country attacking us, hacking us, cutting us off financially, where there is no money able to be moved in our country by anyone.
Oh,
how are they implementing it in China? Like, that's especially, is it an option? Like, do you have a choice?
I don't know.
Because I would like if they try, let's just say hypothetically speaking, they try implementing that in the States. The amount of rebellion that will occur for that would be insane. Like, we already know that they have control in a lot of ways, but taking it to this regard,
exactly,
there'll be a rebellion, hands down. Like, no,
they want to have a big piece of the cake. That's for sure. I mean, why they try to set up their own digital currency right now? Because they see how many billions are just out there. Now they start taxing all those gains, that you make with that money, even though it's not centralized, right? So now they're coming up with the idea to have this type of currency where they have the control about things. But like I said, in the video, they definitely showed the consequences which could evolve, right?
And that's the thing. Like, they said that if they weren't healthy, if they were unhealthy, they couldn't buy cigarettes or alcohol. You're tracking my expenses. You're using my health to not allow me to buy alcohol or cigarettes, in which I'm not saying cigarettes are great, but that's besides the point. You are telling me that I can't buy it. And how are you, like, what does the transaction freeze? Like, are you saying if I try to put my hand there and purchase it, I can't purchase it because you locked it from these two things? What else will you control? What else
Yeah,
are you gonna say
yeah.
I can't buy?
And
Yeah.
like Blaze was saying, if you have all that information about me, I'm definitely microchipped.
Yeah,
If you can tell my health, I mean, you're inside me somewhere.
because that's the
That's-
thing. Our HIPAA laws aren't applying in that. Like, how are you finding this out? That's what I want to know, because there's
We were
HIPAA laws.
already transparent. We buy so many stuff with our credit cards, cell phones. They already have it.
They have
They
all
know
these.
what type of food I buy. All these voucher type of cards that where you can get like extra bonus stuff if you purchase something. They know what we are buying. Then they sell the data to, I don't know, whatever companies need the insights.
I don't know if you all have heard, but Ford Motor Company is going to start, I think in like 2026 or something, and instituting features in their car that when you're late on your payment, it's going to like stop certain features of your car, like your AC will stop working.
No.
Or and if you're too late, they'll just lock you up until they come get it.
That's crazy.
Oh, was it a part of a movie?
It's terrifying.
I'm like looking up, trying to just see the. It's insane.
Straight up, dude. Because then like Leslie brought up, how are you getting all this information, and what defines me as unhealthy?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get real loose with the rules of the things that they can and cannot do. It's just that's a huge freedom to give up, but it's these little freedoms that we give up slowly that lead us to that total control, terrifying country that we're all afraid of this becoming.
And did they say the date when they want to roll it out? Like,
I mean,
until
it's already starting.
Yeah, I'm sure if it was up to them, it'd be yesterday. But
yeah, and what Leslie said is that how people are going to riot and come together, and they want that because that's how you bring in martial law,
annihilation.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's a crazy.
You're right.
We are in crazy times. I'm building a bunker. Y'all welcome to
bro. You can't dig that deep in Florida.
I won't be here. I'm gonna be in Fiji.
They try to get everything like now to you have to verify with your ID and what type of country regarding tax laws. You have to if you have like an account somewhere on different type of platforms for digital currency, not the centralized one so far. You have to identify yourself, and then they're gonna track how much money you got on there, right?
They already have the palm reader. They already see in stores the palm scanners. So I don't even. I'm like, so what did they chip them to?
Hold on, you've seen in stores like yourself?
Yeah. There's some here in Florida already. They have
Is it like
the palm
here where like people do that?
Yeah,
oh, it's right here.
Yeah, it's like
what?
there. Yeah, to pay.
To pay.
I thought that was a joke. Like I saw that on TikTok and like Facebook reels where they were just like where our world has become. But I've never seen it in Columbus, so I figured like it's really not a thing.
That it was fake.
Wow. Yeah.
Scanning.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really, really crazy.
The question is, how far will it get?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're gonna keep going. So we just need to be ready. That's all.
All right. Who wants to go first?
You.
Me? I'll go.
Question of the week.
Question of the week. Up. All right. Where would you haunt if you were a ghost?
Woo! What a good question.
Haunt.
Or who?
Oh, I think I'm going to any KKK rally. Anywhere they have meetings. Oh, I'm going, and I'm going to definitely act like I'm going to use the voice of just someone that used to be to say, "Ooh, you told massa that I was going to die. I was going to kill you." I would haunt. I would haunt the hell out of them. You ready? Yeah. And all right, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna take it away from KKK. It's gonna be all criminals, all criminals, and I don't mean criminals that are like there's no such thing as an innocent criminal, I guess. But so I'm not talking about the Robin Hood type criminals.
Like
I'm talking about the ones that are just nasty mentality, rapists. That all y'all getting haunted, and it's gonna be craziness. Just gonna turn the corner and just see a ghost.
This is quite the question.
Yes. So yes, it's bad people for me.
I don't know. I don't know exactly who or where I would haunt, but I think I would just choose a house, and I would hide very inconvenient things. Like I would just take like the kitchen scissors for like 3 days.
Where'd you put my scissors, babe? I put it right there.
Just because it would make me feel better of the life that I've lived, because I swear I have a ghost that does that. So I want there to be karma somewhere in the world that I just do that to someone else. I hide things for a few days, and
I know someone who shall not be named that him and a friend used to go to the houses, kick the door in, but then leave. So when people come to the house, they are going crazy because they're like, somebody had to rob us, and they're looking and it's nothing. And that's just what they did. So yeah.
I feel like it was you.
No, hell no. It wasn't me. I'll be 100,000,000% honest.
Got you.
It wasn't me. I had nothing to do with it. But I know who did. But I ain't no snitch.
How about you, Leslie?
I'm still thinking. So am I, when we say haunting, like we're like evil, like the evil ghost? Not evil.
I'm annoying. My ghost is annoying. It's not evil.
So what would we haunt? I don't know. I don't know where I would haunt. Like maybe OSU Stadium during football games.
Oh, why?
Oh, okay.
Because we know like the Buckeyes are a huge thing, so one just like accidentally trip someone, like move the ball just slightly over, have a little bit of wind that like moves it to the other path.
7th year in a row, they win again.
No, they would lose.
Oh, you're I thought you're doing it to help them,
right?
Oh,
How about you, Kwashana?
I think I would do the haunted houses. I mean, people go there to get a thrill. Okay, I'm gonna give them a thrill, right?
Haunted house, bro.
You're like, oh, this paranormal activity and whatever. Okay, we got you.
Let's get the shit out of the employees. Like, I swear to God, that's not part of the show.
I think that might be fun.
That's a good answer.
Hilarious.
I like that answer.
That's dope.
All right, how about you next, Blaze?
I'll go next. Let's get it. All right. So, this question, I was trying to come up with it and make it sound good. So I'm just gonna go with it. All right. So, if you had to switch genders, what would be the first thing you do?
Can I say this? I would look at my package, see what I'm working with. I would definitely see what I'm working with. Early in the morning too.
It's the best early in the morning.
Okay.
Yep.
You know what? I think I would wear a bra for a few hours and take it off just to see how good it feels, because apparently it feels very, very good.
It feels great. That's when you know you've had a long day and you do that deep sigh, like
exactly. I don't know what that feels like.
I'm going to get my followers up on damn social media.
Oh no.
Don't forget sitting on the bathroom sink and like twerking it out and then taking a photo. Don't forget that one.
That's the first one. What are you
That
talking
is-
about?
I'm getting that bread up. What you
And
mean?
put a little caption on it, said looking for a husband.
Yo, it's not.
Coop.
It's not what it
Coop.
sounds like. It's not.
Coop had to come in right now, bro.
Is that
It's
what it
just
sounds
go
like, bro?
him.
How
So,
about you, Krishana?
huh?
How
Oh,
about you?
I think I would agree with Leslie, but I think I would go for a run.
You
You
would
go for a run?
Yeah, because I think it must be so
Oh,
disturbing running and having the ball. No. So I think like for a man, how would it be? Like, I mean, that's why they wear like tight boxers or whatever shorts, because I'm just like they running and it's just like
like the pendulum.
I'm sorry. But that's the question, like how would it be for a man? Like for us humans, what places are you?
I can't breathe. So I don't think any of us just wake up immediately, go naked, and then go sprint. So I don't even think we know.
But that was,
Hold
would
on,
be
wait. You
something
don't do that?
You have to ask Tarzan that. Like Tarzan does it. You know what I'm saying?
Go for a run. That's my favorite answer. That's
Yeah.
I
Social
mean,
media.
you can go pee first and see, like, okay, in general, like, does it feel like whatsoever? But
That feels good. I
You
feel
know,
like
that morning
I feel like 30 and over. Oh, pee is the best thing in the world.
but as a woman, I'm just like, okay, I don't know. That's the question right there. Like, how would it be from our perspective if we switch roles, like certain things we do on a regular basis, daily, like how is it?
I'd definitely be part of the LGBTQ community. Straight up. Straight up. Ain't dating no dude.
Leslie, you got your question ready?
Yeah.
All right.
If there, I'll wait for the clock.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
If there was a rebellion, where would you go?
Ooh.
Like a rebellion here?
Mm-hmm. Like pure chaos, anarchy. Like, where would you go?
Switzerland.
How would you get there if it's just if it's chaos?
Whoa.
Yeah, so
Whoa.
you ain't
I
you're
didn't
not
have
getting
to come up with a plan.
Yeah, you ain't. Well, you don't know the rebellion coming. The rebellion happens out of nowhere, and it's chaos.
Exactly.
Airports
are
shut
done.
down. You can't
Yeah.
travel. Where are you going?
Well, that's one advantage. I'm in Alabama. I know a lot of people with a lot of guns and a lot of land. I'm going to one of their houses. That's where I'm going. I know a guy with a bazooka, straight up, like a real missile launcher, bro.
Damn. I don't know nobody with no damn bazooka,
Not
but I
exactly.
know someone who
With a machete.
builds weapons.
There you go.
I know somebody that builds them. You know what I'm saying? I think this. Yeah. That's where I'm going. Yeah, I got a few places I know that I can go. You know what I'm saying?
We can't say exactly where, but
I'm not telling you. If I tell you, I'll
then
have
we're gonna
to.
try to join.
You know.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
the
yeah.
rest.
I'll have to really politely ask you not to tell anyone else. Leslie, where are you going?
That's a dope question.
I would go to like 45 minutes out from here. Yeah, there's a couple places that I know that have people with a lot of guns, a lot of land. Most importantly, a lot of food. Like they can so much food, even butter. Like they made their own butter. Yeah, so I would go there. I would have food and I would have guns.
Okay.
Yep.
Where do you go in Germany?
In Germany, yeah, that's a good question. Maybe I should start building a house with a bunker and a lot of food and whatsoever, or somewhere down south in the hills. I don't know.
You gotta learn how to can some food.
I'm telling you, because I don't know if I want a rebellion in Germany, boys.
Like 2 months, Krishana's gonna hop on the show with like camo painted on her face, like total survivalist mode in her bunker that she.
The alarm goes off. Pow, 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 pow. Sorry.
Yeah, but we don't got these weapons and guns over here like you.
Is it the same as England? Guns are guns illegal?
If you have a certificate and joined like whatever you call it, you need to have a special. You just can't go and buy a gun. It's not possible.
Oh
here.
man.
It's
Yeah.
not
Really? Like, I mean, so there's
You
like,
ever, if you look up studies, how many people die because of getting shot? That's rare. It's really rare. You get
Like people get stabbed.
with knives or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
But it's not. We got different laws.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know, it's a fact that there's more gun violence in the U.S., but more murders in Russia. More gun violence here.
that's because people just beat each
Russia.
other to death in Russia, bro. They're beasts.
My mother fought saber-toothed tiger.
So all of you having a gun at home, a weapon at home?
Yes.
I can't say that. I can't agree or disagree on that.
Yeah, she can't confirm nor deny. Yeah, I always tell people it's like me. I need friends that go to the gun range consistently and that were willing to train me, because I'd be horrible. Hear a noise, bam, bam, bam. Leslie, that's you. Pow, pow, pow.
But that's the law says over there. As soon as someone steps on your property and you tell them to leave and they're not leaving, you're allowed to sue.
That's some states.
That's some states. That's Florida,
yeah.
right?
It's called a stand your ground law. Yeah, Alabama for sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
You break in my house, I'm shooting your butt cheeks off.
Yeah.
It's coming clean off.
All right, let's go, Quishana.
All right, if you have one music genre you can get rid of because you don't like it, which one would it be and why?
Country.
I gotta disagree with you there, brother.
No, I have this concept that it's even before like the internet. There's like a message board that country artists that writers put up lyrics to songs, and country artists can just claim as their own, because any single country song I've ever heard could be sung by any other country artist and it makes sense. Like, it's never personal. It's just this generic formula that they've used over and over.
There's some songs that make me cry.
Yeah, I got to disagree.
Man, I got a few.
Man, really? I didn't think I'd get this much disagreement here.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
I thought everybody would agree. What?
Now, if the question was what would you don't want to listen to, then yeah, but no, we can't get rid of it. I feel like the essence of country music, what they talk about, I feel like humanity is there. I'm lost humanity in rap music. I can't even talk about like, to me it'll be it would get rid of that. That's that freaking screamo devil music.
That's what I grew up listening to.
It was like, but it's like there's levels to it. There's like I don't know. The aggression can't be like cut my life into this is like I can go there, but to you know what I'm saying?
So what is that? Is that your answer?
That's mine. It can't do that.
Okay.
Like I can do stick it. I can do that, but I can't do the ball.
What's that work now?
Leslie, how about you?
I'm gonna have to go last on that because
all right.
I can't get rid of a genre.
Quishana?
I think if I would have to choose, it'd rather be electro techno stuff, like this hardcore techno stuff. I don't know. Like you said, country. I mean, country has a melody.
Yeah.
But if you listen to all these electronic type of stuff in like Goa or whatsoever, that's not mine. Definitely not mine. I like vocal house music as well because it has a melody.
Yeah.
But if you come in just with these hot, I just get in. Oh, nope. That would be, I think, a genre where I just say, okay, take it. I don't need it.
You got anything, Leslie? You got anything at all?
I only think of who I would get rid of.
This is like tearing you apart inside.
It is because like I have a mood for every single like genre.
What is the mood then? First mood, what genre?
Mumble rap.
Oh, I'm down with mumble rap. I could that I like
Yeah,
boom bap. Yeah, get rid of that. So like my mood right now, I'm listening to like reggae, right? But the person like okay, I'm just gonna say this. If I could get rid of anyone, it would be Taylor Swift. It's not that she's a bad artist.
You can't get rid of Tay Tay.
I don't care for her music. I don't care for her music. Like I know everyone and their fans like are gonna hate this.
Yeah, they are.
And I also don't care for Beyonce. Like
It's so funny that I just made a post on Instagram yesterday blaming Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson for me. Every time I hear "Shake It Off," I sing it because him on the lip sync battle. That's what people say.
Was it the car challenge?
And I hate it.
That's an unpopular opinion right there. I can't say I disagree, but
Beehive,
I'm not going to say I agree either.
And
You know?
Tay
Exactly.
I don't want no smoke. You feel me? She did it. The female with dreads. It wasn't me.
Straight up, man. This has been a great episode of Rapid Rants, episode 8. You can catch us every Friday, 3 p.m. EST, live on a whole bunch of stuff. You can find us. If you really want to find us, you'll find us, I promise. And we're always on
the most prestigious network in the land, the Signature Series Network.